I have never seen a press conference like this. Stephen Miller forced every single liberal media journalist to be quiet when he brought the facts about how Biden actually gave leeway to violent illegal criminals that ended up kidnapping and murdering an American citizen, little girl. Please watch this. Every single American needs to see this.
A sad reflection on the state of our media and many of the outlets represented in this room, that you obsessively try to shill for this MS-13 terrorist. Well, no coverage occurred in your papers about any of the Americans that were raped and tortured and murdered by the illegals that Biden was importing into our country. You know, you talk about due process. The Biden administration made the decision to give extensive due process to 2 trained Nicaragua terrorists that were apprehended at the border just a couple years ago. They were 2 gentlemen. They were from Venezuela. They were members of Train Nicaragua. The Biden administration Border Patrol apprehended them and made the decision to provide them with extensive due process, put them onto a program known as supervised release, and put them on ankle monitors so that they could go through a lengthy legal judicial determination as to whether these legal aliens who had just set foot on U.S. soil might want to live in the United States for the rest of their lives. What was the result of that decision? What was the result of that choice that was made? Those 2 men kidnapped a young girl named Jocelyn Ungary from her family. They beat her, they sexually assaulted her, they tortured her, they stripped her, they murdered her, and they dumped her body. That is what the Biden administration's policy was. Most of your papers never covered her story when it happened. To the extent that you covered it at all, it was because President Trump forced you to cover it by highlighting it repeatedly over and over again. He had to shame you into covering it. And each and every one of you that sides over and over again with these MS-13 terrorists, to the extent that you have the financial means to do so, you all choose to live in condos or homes or houses as far away from these kinds of gangbangers as you possibly can. If I offered any one of you a rent-free home with no taxes to pay in any of these gang neighborhoods, and I said your neighbors are MS-13 terrorists or Mexican mafia or Sinaloa cartel or Train Nicaragua, I couldn't pay you to live there. But yet you, with your coverage, are trying to force innocent Americans to have these people as their neighbors, and that one day their daughter may be abducted from their home and raped and murdered. So you're not going to get an ounce of sympathy from this administration or President Trump for the terrorists who've invaded our homes and our country.
That was an absolute masterclass, and I need you to share this video with every single person you know, because people have the wrong idea of what is happening in the Trump administration. People are falsely thinking that Trump is just deporting American citizens or that he's deporting people just because of tattoos and without due process. That's not what is happening. He is deporting people who should have never been here in the first place, and especially he is getting rid of people who are violent criminals, who have no place in any society, let alone in our American streets. Please like this video and share it so it gets everywhere.
When will y'all admit, oh, I almost spilled my coffee. When will y'all admit that killing somebody over the words coming out of their mouth, their religious or political views, is a form of fascism? Y'all are bitching about fascism constantly, and you cannot give us a single fucking actual example of how the right is fascist. And y'all are fucking killing people and celebrating it and calling us fascists. You're fucking retarded. That was mean. I'm autistic. I can say retarded. But that was mean. Y'all aren't retarded. You're just incredibly misguided. And I apologize for being mean. I'm loud. And I was loud for the left. I was a loud Democrat. Back in 2020, I got the COVID-19 vaccination, and I said that you are evil if you don't get it. And now I have a clinical medical fucking heart condition that is an actual hindrance on my life that I did not have until after I got that fucking vaccination. Which technically has nothing to do with what I'm saying, but people. I was forced to get the vaccine. I was going to be fired from my job. I was trying to schedule appointments that I was not allowed to schedule until I got the fucking vaccination. And forcing people to get stuff injected into their body against their consent. Oh, it's my body, my choice, until it's fucking your choice. Yes, it makes no fucking sense to me, but I fucking digress. I was supposed to stop swearing, so actually I need to relax. But, like, it's fascism. It's a form of fascism. Like, y'all are forcing people to conform. You are trying to force people to believe a certain way. You are trying to force people to say certain things. And you're gonna fucking kill them. You're gonna freaking kill them if they don't conform. You're going to ostracize them, cut them out from your lives, convince everybody else to cut them out from their lives. You are a cult. No Republican has simply cut off people that they love from their lives because of their political views. Only Democrats do that. And as a former Democrat, I did that. Stop lying. I will be so much louder. So much.
How did this happen? Ask yourself, how did this happen? It happened because a small socialist portion of this country took control of the Democrat Party. A party that is now apparently united behind a socialist agenda. And slogans always seem to start with the same word: free. Free food, free rent, free buses, right? I feel like I'm at an Oprah Winfrey show. You get a car and you get a car. Well, this isn't the Oprah Winfrey show. And like many of you, my parents taught me a really good lesson when I was young. Nothing is free. Everything comes with a cost. Absolutely nothing is free. We all learned that. Look no further than the Democrats' disastrous shutdown plan. They want to give free health care to illegals. Come to our country. We'll give you, illegally mind you, we'll give you free health care on the backs of hard-working Americans. And in demanding that, they're asking for $1.5 trillion in wasteful spending and a painful shutdown. A shutdown that has denied food assistance to 42 million American families. 42 million American families. A shutdown that has forced law enforcement to work without pay. But don't worry, I'm sure those law enforcement agents can go and get free food from their local grocery store, and somebody will pay their free rent, right? Yeah, I live in reality, not fantasy. The Democrats want to jeopardize our national security. And now, flights have been reduced by 10% at 40 of our major airports. I think air traffic, like when you get on a plane, what's next? Like your plane rides are going to be free too? I mean, why stop at food and buses? Let's just give everything free. It doesn't work like that, people. Nothing's free. Somebody is paying. And who pays? Anybody want to guess who pays? Hardworking taxpayers. American taxpayers. That's who pay. Nothing's free, right? Nothing is free.
Wait until you guys hear who owns the textbooks that we studied from in school. This is absolutely shocking. If every parent and teacher and principal knew this, they would be scratching their heads going, oh, the whole system is more rotten than people even know. Check this out. So here's McGraw-Hill. We all looked at all these freaking books, dry and boring, but they're owned by something called Pergamon Press. Pergamon, think of that. In the book of Revelation, Pergamon is named as Satan's throne, or specifically, because of this city's intense pagan activity, it was seen as by Christians as a place of intense spiritual opposition where Satan has his throne. But I didn't tell you who named this company yet. Pergamon Press, founded by Robert Maxwell. Do you know who Robert Maxwell is? That is Ghislaine Maxwell's dad. So Ghislaine Maxwell's dad, who was a spy, named his empire Pergamon Press. Pergamon Press prints scientific books and medical journals, and it's named as Satan's throne, Pergamon. The altar of Pergamon is where human sacrifices would take place for many gods, including Zeus and Baal. Why would you name your press company Satan's throne? And why would a spy controlling America's largest scholastic textbook company, scientific books, and medical journals, name Pergamon after Satan's throne? This is absolutely shocking. And this is where millions of children go to school and read books printed from this company. Does that sound like a coincidence, or do you think something else is going on here?
So our work is not done! We must show up! Stronger than we did the first October 7th! Louder than we did the first October 7th! Make it clear that we are not going anywhere! We will keep fighting! Until Palestine is free! From the river to the sea! Within our lifetime! Make some noise!
This is what ICE does. This is what these terrorists do to babies.
Mama, you okay, Mama? You okay? You okay, Mama? You okay, Mama? You okay?
F***ing Bovino and his people. F***ing Bovino and these racist hitting our children.